For your attendance right till the final moment here at Space Resources Week in Luxembourg 2026. It's been my real pleasure and honor to get to know you over the years, and I wish you a fruitful year. I know he said he's talking in months, so perhaps next year Blue Origin will have something else to say, but of course so will all of you. I hope I can see you all next year and more besides. And now I hand back to the lady who launched this on, it seems like a long time ago, Monday morning. But here we are on Thursday afternoon. Catherine Hadler.
Thanks, Lisa. In my summary, I was going to make a comment about how excellent the timekeeping had been. So I've just crossed that one off the list of things to say. So they had 15 minutes and took 45. I had 45. I will take 15 minutes. So we've got about 50 minutes. What I'm going to do first is just a few things. I'd like to give an overview, a summary of the conference, and then we have the hotly anticipated Poster Prize Awards to give before we wrap the whole thing up. What I asked the session chairs to do, I gave them homework. The sessions have all been excellently chaired, I think you'll agree, by I think around 20 chairs, I think I counted. I asked them to send me their key highlights, their key points, their key takeaways from their sessions. Most of them did, not all of them, most of them did. So I'm going to give some of the summary, some of the outcomes of the sessions that we had. But before I do, I think that the statistics that I had were that we had 491 people registered for this event. So it was really huge. It's been our biggest event ever. It's the first time we have run pretty much the whole thing in parallel sessions. So that's why there's so much to cover. But I'm just going to go through a few highlights or a few outcomes. And actually, I think overall, the quality has been excellent. It's been really exciting. And what we start to see now is a real sense of progress. I think the science is getting better. The research is getting much stronger. We see the depth and the strength of the research. But so too are the startups. The startups are becoming a lot more realistic, a lot more dynamic. And also missions. So when we started with the mission session on Monday afternoon, we covered orbital missions, surface missions. We had a session yesterday afternoon on surface mobility and rovers that was really insightful. And one of the comments I had afterwards was actually it was really good to hear the shared challenges for people developing these technologies. But there's so many missions and it's becoming more real. We had the session on community activities. There's no excuse not to get involved. There is Moonport, Moon Village Association. We had Europlanets. What else did we have? We had the Australian Space Resources Challenge, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing the outcome of that, and various other initiatives. So we've got the ESA challenge as well, the ESA and ESRIC Space Resources Challenge on construction, the incubator, the accelerator. There are so many opportunities. We say it a lot. We say it very often that this is a community. It takes many of us. It cannot be done alone, and those are the initiatives that will allow us to do that. In the legal session, there were two key points that I thought were interesting. Firstly, get involved. Look at the draft principles for the Space Resources activities. If you don't like them, then reach out to your national representative. They are there for you. Read them, have a look at them, comment, get engaged with your representatives who are working in UN COPUS and in that working group. But the other thing that really lit up the session was planetary protection. I think that was a really hot topic. Lots of activity, lots of discussion around planetary protection, so we really should start exploring that more in the next one. There was a big session on yesterday on prospecting. I think most of the day was on prospecting. I heard there was a consensus really in the panel on the need for data and the need for data that can be integrated, and we've also covered that slightly, extensively before with Vlada. In the Sigma room, the smaller room, we had a whole day of regolith work. With really, really excellent research. A lot of results coming from the ESA Lunar Gravity Parabolic Flight last year. So just showing how important these kind of opportunities are. The opportunity to fly technology, test it in a relevant environment. The comment I had from Philip Rice, who chaired one of the sessions, was actually there is a real need to test in low gravity and also in vacuum. From the oxygen session, coming back, Vlada talked previously about the need to go from a big unit for oxygen extraction, for example, and scale that down for a payload. Mel Conti from ESA, his comment was actually complementary, but in the opposite direction. Payloads themselves are not necessarily intended to be scaled up. It's a starting point. Payloads, tech demo payloads will do exactly that, but we don't necessarily scale up from there. It's a starting point. He was very determined about that. A few more points. Construction. We've heard a lot about landing pads. Moon bases, a lot on construction. But the construction session itself and the number of abstracts we received on construction was actually pretty small. There wasn't that much here. So maybe there's some gaps there that can be addressed, not just in building bricks, for example, but also in assembly of in situ construction items. So construction seems to be an area where there is opportunities to grow. We also heard, I heard that biology should be part of sustainable exploration. I think that was on the back of Lynn Rothschild, very popular talk yesterday. And for Mars, we should be building electricity-based technology, not propellant, was the message I got from Bo. From the business and startups, Larry had 3 words for me. I asked him to give me, for the key points. He had 3 words and 3 words only, and that was consolidate the network. He said it's starting to happen, and it should happen. More partnership, more consolidation between startups will really help us advance. And I thought that Darshan, I think it was just after lunch, had a great statement. He said, when you add humans to a resource economy, things get messy, which I thought was a lovely sentiment. And finally, from the economy session, I think it was Thomas Sin from D-Cubed, and Vlada also mentioned it, don't overthink it, just do it. I think that was a message that came out quite strongly today as well. So overall, we're seeing great progress, missions getting closer, the research is getting better, and everything starts to feel more real. And I had a conversation with my new team member. It's been a good first week of work, Jerry. I had this conversation with Jerry earlier, and he also had some comments. So I'd like to, if one of the microphone, who's got a microphone at the back? Who of my team? Is that Sacklin? Quick, run. If you can just grab a microphone and give it to Jerry. I know he had some comments, and then we might have I think we've probably got enough time to take some comments from the floor as well. Jerry.
Hi. So as an unbiased observer, I've been coming here since 2019, missed the one during the pandemic, but I've seen the growth over the last number of years, especially the 5 years that ESRIC has been around. And I was, again, talking with Catherine, and at the beginning, there were a lot of presentations about what we could do, what we would like to do. And over the years, and especially now, we're seeing that change to what we are doing and how we can apply that. And I heard the term tipping point many times in different settings here. And I really do think this year truly was a tipping point and an inflection point. We're seeing things now come to fruition. We have already had a few missions go to the moon. I think Artemis II now is starting to ignite the public that it's becoming more and more real that we're going to the moon, and I really picked that up during this year's sessions. The excitement, we still have the entrepreneurs, a lot of younger people getting involved, and anybody less than my age is a younger person, but it's truly amazing, and I look forward to now being stationed here and seeing this advanced into the next year especially.
And we look forward to showing your desk tomorrow, Jerry, as well. We've got time for a couple of comments from the floor. Is anybody else? Clive has got a comment. He always.
You think I'm letting Jerry Sanders have the last word. With regard to the prospecting, ground truth, we've got petabytes of orbital data that screaming out for ground truth so they can be better integrated together. We're getting new orbital data that we can then say, okay, what did you see? This is what we've got. Oh boy, that looks really good. That looks really good. That looks really good. And it's a way to independently then lower the risk for putting down surface assets, bringing on phase 2, where you're going to go and document that those particular sites. And I think throughout that session yesterday, the term ground truth was said many, 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 many times. And to me, that is something that we've got to do, that data integration, in order to then properly get to those ground truth sites, so we can move it forward. So we will know where to put various bases and infrastructures to take advantage of those.
Thanks very much, Clive. Has anybody else got any comments from the floor before we move on? No? No? I think that's it. Well, I think that's an excellent place to end our summary. I think it's been a really packed program, but it has been a really excellent program. So I would like to thank everybody for their contributions. But before we close officially, I've got the poster prizes to announce. This year, in a bid to avoid vote tampering, which we've had with the electronic system, we went old school. We had an analog voting system. And so you had to provide ID in the form of a badge in order to vote. It's very much on trend. So I've got the prizes for the poster competition. We have a first prize and then 3 honorable mentions. So the first prize winner of the poster competition is Melina Bantuvaki, who is currently at Esric in a master's internship. Melina. And you win a book as well, the Luxonaut book. Congratulations! You can stay on stage. So Melina is actually. This is all done. I mean, it was all done by the book. But Melina is a master's intern at Esric. She is with us for 6 months, and you are from the University of Nantes. Is it correct?
Well, I'm from many universities. But, yeah.
Broadly. So we have 3 honorable mentions for the poster competition. The first one is Simon Sapperfend for his poster. Is he here? I'm not sure he's here. Ah, you are. Excellent. Please come to the stage.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Join the. Our second honorable mention goes to Alexandra Adiakonatai, also from Esric. Alexandra, where are you? There you are. And our final honorable mention goes to Linda Cortez. I think I saw her leave earlier. Linda? She's left? Oh, we will send her. We'll give it to you, or we can send it to her. So I'd like to say congratulations to all our poster prize winners. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's always lovely to see so many posters and to see people looking at the posters. So that was great. So that is the end of Space Resources Week. It's been 6 days. If you include the 2 days of the professional course, it's day 6. That's why I look about 10 years older than I did at the beginning of the week. But I've got some thanks to make because it's been, like I say, it's been a real super conference. And I would like to actually, firstly, thank the venue. We were back at Lux Expo for the first time in a couple of years. It's been very nice. So thank you to the venue. And also to Apex. These are the people who sit, the heroes of the sound and screen and stage. So thank you very much to the people at the back, to Apex. The screen is wonderful and the sound has been great too. So thank you so much for all your hard work at the back. I would also like to thank Lisa. Where's Lisa? There you are, Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. Practically part of the family now. She comes along every day to hold the show together, so thanks so much, Lisa, for that. We had 20 sponsors for this event. You can see them on the screen. We would like to thank the support of all of our sponsors. So thanks. And then also to the contributors, so the technical committee who reviewed the abstracts, the session chairs for keeping everything running on time, for actually holding everything together. We had the presenters, the posters, the tech demos, the exhibitors, and actually all of the audience for being really super engaged. Great questions, great discussions, so thank you all for making this conference what it is. But finally, it's quite a big task to put this event on. We're quite a small team that do it. So it's a big task, and we would really like to thank the people who do to put this all together. So we've got Ernestina Binney at the front, if you give a wave. Thanks, Ernestina. You've seen her on the stage being an excellent host, panel moderator, but also she has done a huge amount of work behind the scenes. But in particular, there are 3 people who I would like to thank who behind the scenes have really made this conference what it is. And we have some flowers for them somewhere at the front. I think somebody hid them at the front. Sabrina's got them, excellent. So I would like to welcome to the stage and to thank the 3 people who have really put this whole thing together and kept it running and kept you in communication and sorted out all the registrations and so on. And that is Alina, Crystal, and Gabriella. So please come to the stage. They've worked tirelessly at the front desk, so we were extremely grateful to them for all of their hard work. And that's it. That's the end of Space Resources Week 2026. We will see you all again next year, where I look forward to another really exciting event and more progress. Thank you.